307 was this weekend, and thank God it was saved by the main event, Alex Pereira, because the rest of the fights were pretty ass. In this video, I'm going to be telling you all the fights to make. Not all of them, only like the important fighters. We're leaving out Holland because of, you know, I don't really give a shit about Holland right now. I'm kind of pissed. Like, you're quitting after the first round. You're not even going to give it another thought. Like, you're really going to point at that shit. Like, make sure that the doctor stops it. Like, I don't know. Just, like, give us a little more, bro. And it's crazy how they're like charging $80 for these pay-per-views while like the fighter's mentality is to get their money and like dip. Like it's crazy, man. Um yeah, we're going to be doing fights to make after UFC 307 and hell yeah, man. Alex Pereira just defeated Khalil and that shit was silly, but you should be fighting Magomed. I know that's not a controversial thing, but when just looking at both of these guys, it's the perfect time to do it. Alex Pereira is almost 40 at this point, and Magomed's not getting any younger too. And I just think that when looking at Magomed, he's pretty much doing the champ role as he's taking out all of the contenders that I know you can't call Anthony Smith a contender, but like he's taken out Rakic, he took out Jan, but in my opinion, I think that Magomed will beat Alex Pereira. I just think that a few years of wrestling after your glory kickboxing career is overrated compared to being on the mat since you were a baby. Like Magomed's been Khabibing it up since he was a youngin'. So I just think a lot of people just watch the Cesar Almeida fight. Cesar Almeida fought Ihor Paterio and he got taken down a couple times. And I just think that a lot of these times they'll have good enough takedown defense for the average guy, but it's not gonna work against these higher level Khabib clones. So, could be wrong, but I just think the aura is not going to work against Magomed and Kalaev. But I think they should do this fight, UFC 313, give Pereira a little bit of time. You know, he's just been fighting all year round, kickboxing shit. But I just think you at one point give the 38-year-old a little break. This is probably his toughest opponents in the UFC, so might as well just give him a little rest for it. So that's my spiel. See a lot of people pinning up Khalil Roundtree against Jamal Hill, but I think this is the most logical fight in the division, just looking at a time standpoint. When looking at Jamal Hill, he hasn't fought since the Alex Pereira loss in 300, and he's healthy now. He should be fighting, while Khalil Roundtree should definitely be getting a break. So I think Khalil would do really well against Rakic. I think Rakic is way too wild, way too open, and I think showing the Alex Pereira fight is you can't really take out Khalil early. You'll have to use technical kickboxing to slowly fizzle him out. But Rakic, who's wild and open, will make it entertaining. And he's fighting at the UFC 308 upcoming this year. And I just think it lines up perfectly because I do think he'll lose to Magomed and Kalaev. I am assuming that he loses to Magomed. So, yeah, I think it lines up perfectly. Rakic is soy compared to Khalil. I just think that we should be doing, as matchmakers, the most entertaining fights, and I think this is going to be a banger. I think a UFC Fight Night main event would be perfect for this because this puts on the casual viewer just seeing Khalil Roundtree back in it with another killer. It's bound to be a good fight, so I don't know why you wouldn't do it. Khalil Roundtree, thank God he made my prediction right. I was scared saying that Khalil Roundtree was going to have a chance, but he really has a lot of heart, dude. You've heard everything about Khalil at this point, but all I want to say is that a lot of people are saying that this was a one-off fluke night for Khalil Roundtree when, are you kidding me? He's a kickboxer from, like, Thailand. Like, you expected him not to do well in Muay Thai? He's fighting Alex Pereira, like, a kickboxer. I don't know. They're both strikers. They're both stand-up fighters, and Alex Pereira is definitely better than one of them, but Khalil Roundtree can definitely make it a fight, and he did, which I'm very happy about because the rest of the card sucked. So let's just move on to the next one. Juliana Pena and Raquel Pennington, they did something for 25 minutes. I'm not sure what. I watched round 4 a little bit and I saw a knockdown. That was cool, but I was already checked out just talking to friends by then. But, you know, not the most exciting fight, can't lie. I know this is for college dad. I know you watching. And I know I'm supposed to be saying good things about Juliana, but I can't really tell you anything she did. Oh, yeah, no, what she would do, I remember. She would get top position and then just, like, sit there. I remember she wouldn't go for submissions or ground and pound. She would just get on top of Raquel in these like weird ass fucking like holds, and then she would just stall it out for the rest of the round. And she eventually, apparently it was a robbery, but she got the decision. This is not a weird thing saying that Kayla Harrison should get the next shot over anyone else, because you wouldn't be able to tell me anyone else who should fight over. So if I have to watch Raquel Pennington in a title match one more time, I'm gonna do some mean things to myself. But remember, these women are strong, courageous, beautiful, and tough. They're tough, man. So yeah, man. Even though Jose Aldo was robbed in his last fight, I don't know why that should mean he should get a lower tier opponent or someone down in the rankings. I think we should just feed him to an actual opponent that he should have been fighting instead of Batista. And I think Henry Cejudo is the perfect guy. I know a lot of people want him against O'Malley later, but O'Malley's going to be gone for like a year. So Henry Cejudo should get off his ass, get off the Usman podcast. Both of those fools are just like stalling at this point. And I think Jose Aldo, who at this point has beat two up-and-coming contenders and has destroyed them on the feet and has shown amazing takedown defense, he is 1,000,000% going to win this matchup if they do get matched up. But I don't think Henry Cejudo would take it. He just wants like the easiest like risks ever, and that's all he wants nowadays. And I get it after like what he's gone through. It fucking sucks. You're like 0-3, but yeah, Jose Aldo, I think this is a easy win for him. Takedown defense is the best in the UFC at this point, and when you look at him, he's not getting any, like, it's weird. Some ages or like some like weight classes, age is crazy a differentiator on who's gonna win. But it's like with Aldo, no matter how much he ages, he looks the exact same. He honestly looks probably better than what he used to be at this point. And I know he's not as fast, but like the experience he's gained, and he hasn't really slowed down that much. You get it. But yeah, this is a really exciting fight. I think 311 because Aldo didn't take any damage, and he's old at this point, so might as well just give him as many fun fights. And Henry Cejudo, it's all up to him at this point. I saw a lot of people saying, like, I think Guru said Dom Cruz. I don't agree with that, but I think Jose is still at the highest level of bantamweight, and he should be fighting the highest level at bantamweight instead of these scrubs that don't want to fight. So yeah, that's my shit for that. Joe Batista is fighting Kyler, is it Gordon or Phillips? I don't fucking remember. But Kyler Phillips, in his next fight, I've already made it. I've already matched it. So UFC, don't worry about it. I already have it. So I just think that this makes the most sense when looking at the bantamweight rankings. There's literally no up-and-coming bantamweight guys other than Kyler Phillips around his ranking. And I think this fight will dictate who gets the next step in competition. Whoever loses goes right back down. I think it's a really good fight. I think Kyler Phillips honestly would edge it out. I'm really high on him. And I know they train together, but this is the only fight that makes sense at this point. So I just, yeah. I know a lot of people are mad at Batista. I've seen a lot of hate and shit on him, but it's like, at a point, bro, it's like, it's your livelihood. It's your life. Like, imagine like a bunch of people like criticizing you for trying to go for the win so you can improve your life for your family. Like, I don't know, if he takes a dip and loses and just like makes it a slug brawl fest with the best brawler there is, Jose Aldo, then I don't know. I just think you guys think these guys are retarded and you want them to take a dip even though they have lives and shit. So I know it was a boring fight, but like it's not Batista's. I mean, it is Batista's fault, but it's not like it's Batista's, like, it's not even his fault. It's just like, it's the fault on you for thinking that like everyone should be on the getting into a slugfest like brawl with like legends and stuff. Like why would you do that in the first place? So yeah, that's my shit with that. Roman Dolidze, I think it's a good idea to pair him up against someone up in the rankings, even though I do think Roman Dolidze is a fraud. Give him Jared Cannonier, a very easy to win matchup. Get Jared Cannonier back in there. Dolidze, the thing I hate about Dolidze is that I think he tries to make it boring. That's where his bread and butter is to make it boring on the floor or on the feet. He tries to make it this like super technical, very like timid like kickboxing match or a very lay on you, prey on you, fucking ground and pound style where you're just pretty much humping him from full guard. So fuck Roman Dolidze, give him Killer Gorilla. I think he can definitely get the win here. I mean, he has way better striking than Roman Dolidze, and the ground game of Roman, the only way he gets that to the floor is just his strength. And I just think that Jared Cannonier being a former light heavyweight, he's going to be able to match him on strength. So I just think Roman Dolidze, he's kind of a fraud, and I don't know how he keeps on getting wins. I know it's against short notice opponents, and I know I'm being critical, but I just think he is so boring. And every time, the thing is, I'm not excited for Roman Dolidze fights because I know if he takes a step up in competition, he's losing. And I already know the outcome of the fight, and I know he's not going to bring it. So it was kind of worst case scenario that Roman won, but giving him a guy like Jared, who's coming off a few losses, I think it would be good for him. And I know Dolidze said he wanted Whitaker Chimaev, but you're going to have to wait. Actually, you're not going to have to wait that long. Yeah, but you're not fighting number 3 in the world. I can't lie. So Roman Dolidze, that's a fever dream. You're not going to fight Chimaev or Whitaker. So fight Jared Cannonier. Fight night main event. Or co-main. I kind of prefer it as a co-main. I don't want to watch Roman Dolidze fight. And yeah. I want you guys to know I'm not doing Kevin Holland because I have a grudge against him right now because he is a quitter. And I don't really think anyone cares about who Kevin Holland fights next after quitting in round 1. So, Joaquin Buckley, I know this is going to sound crazy. I know he called out Usman. I know that's probably the prettier fight on paper for Usman and Buckley, but I think Jack Della Maddalena will have to wait a long-ass time for this title shot. You have Shavkat above him, who hasn't even been assigned to a fight. You have Usman, you have Ian Gary, Sean Brady's in there. You have so many guys. It's so front-loaded in the welterweight division that I think you should just start getting these young guys to fight each other. Whoever comes out on top gets the title shot, and I think we should be doing this throughout the welterweight division. Have Ian Gary fight Leon, have Usman fight Sean Brady or some killer Shavkat. Here's a lot of fun fights at welterweight, and seeing the rankings, seeing where everything's going. Joaquin has 5-fight win streak at this point. I think JDM would be an amazing fight. I think it would be an amazing boxing match. Just Joaquin with his silly ass fucking head movement will be able to just, or I don't know if he'll be able to do it, but I don't know. I think this is a really good matchup. Jack Maddalena, he'll probably want to just keep on holding out for a title shot, but in the UFC, you can't really do that. Cream, he's looking for a step up. I think this is perfect for him. Not a grappler, not someone who can take him down, not someone with a great pedigree. It's just 2 up-and-comer guys who are hungry going at it. So that's why I think that should blah, blah. Now, for Wonder Boy, it was very sad seeing him get knocked out. Also, I'm going to flex that my Joaquin Buckley prediction was spot on. Literally, like, I said that Wonder Boy was going to go up against the fence. He was going to run out of space as Joaquin was just spiraling in. And instead of a takedown that he was spamming most of the fight, he hit him with a right hook that I said he was just going to wild swanging hooks at him, and he was eventually going to get him. So I think that's a prediction correct, but let's stop glazing myself. Let's get to this matchup. I know Wonder Boy has said it would be boring in the past, but it's your guys' job to make it entertaining. I don't know. Like, I know I know you think it will be boring, but, like, maybe just fight. Maybe get off of your back foot. I don't know. I just think that there's really no other fight that makes sense other than sending Stephen Thompson to the Wolves in the unranked area. So this is the most fun fight, even though, like, people think it's boring. Like, you can market this to karate guys, best strikers in the UFC. Like, anyone casual that will see this will be like, oh my god, this is a great striking matchup. And that's crazy that you can get that from a casual thinking that. So, yeah, this is the only fight that makes sense. He's 40 at this point, Wonder Boy, so might as well just get a few fun fights in, just chill. I think you won't really even take that much damage from MVP. As you said, this shit would be boring, so might as well take it and hope to God that these guys find a way to make it entertaining. And yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, that's the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll be uploading more. Hopefully, I keep on saying that, and I don't. But fuck, man, fuck. Yeah, I think the Tyra versus Royval fight night is next, so I'll be doing a prediction on that shortly. So stay in tune for that, guys. It's been real. I'll see you.